It began with a smile, a simple, radiant smile that, once upon a time, lit up my world. Her name was Lila, and to me, she was perfection sculpted into human form. Compassionate, intelligent, breathtaking. We were the envy of friends, the embodiment of fairy tale love, or so I believed. I remember the day the seed of doubt was planted. A late meeting here, a phone left face down there, the subtle pull away when I reached for her hand. I told myself it was stress, that everyone goes through rough patches, that love evolves. But love doesn't evolve into secrecy. I'm Michael, and this is not just a story. It's a confession, an unburdening of the heart, and perhaps a reckoning. Lila started coming home late, always with an excuse: deadlines, client dinners, traffic. The first few times I believed her. She was a marketing director for a luxury brand, always in demand. But something shifted in her gaze. Her eyes, once pools of warmth, turned guarded. Empty. She started hiding her phone, locking it. She used to laugh when I scrolled through our photos. Now her gallery was barren, devoid of us. One night she came home with perfume I didn't recognize. Masculine, musky. She said it was a client's cologne that lingered after a handshake. I nodded, my stomach in knots. That night I didn't sleep. The next day I took action. I installed a tracker on her car. It felt wrong. Violation of trust. But I was a man drowning in suspicion, grasping for truth. The data came in the next night. She wasn't at the office. She was across town, parked outside a boutique hotel. I followed her a week later, parked far enough to not be seen, but close enough to witness the betrayal unfold. Lila emerged from the hotel at 8:47 p.m. She wasn't alone. A man I didn't recognize, tall, confident, touched her lower back the way I used to. They kissed. Her smile, the same smile she gave me when we first met, was now his. I went numb. I didn't confront her. Not immediately. I needed a plan. Revenge is a dish best served with precision. I hired a private investigator. Within days, I had a folder full of damning evidence. Photos, dates, receipts. His name was Jeremy Cole, a regional manager for a high-end car dealership. Divorced, no kids. Frequent traveler. Their affair had started months ago. Business conference turned into lust, then into routine. I spent nights staring at the evidence. My world, my love, reduced to betrayal documented on glossy paper. Rage consumed me, but so did sorrow. How could she smile at me each morning, make love to me some nights while living a double life? I started distancing myself emotionally, going through the motions. I began crafting my revenge, brick by calculated brick. First, I liquidated our joint accounts, moved the funds to a separate account under my name only. I left enough to avoid suspicion, but not enough for a comfortable escape. Then I consulted a lawyer. Thanks to the prenup she insisted we never needed, I secured my financial safety and prepared for the storm. Then came the night of reckoning. It was our anniversary. I cooked her favorite meal, steak au poivre with garlic mashed potatoes, a bottle of 2005 Bordeaux breathing in the decanter. She came home, surprised, apologetic that she forgot the date. I smiled, kissed her cheek, and handed her a velvet box. Inside was a necklace, gold, with a pendant shaped like a heart. Inside the heart was a hidden camera. A symbol of our love, I said. She wore it, touched. The irony nearly made me choke. After dinner, I suggested we watch our wedding video. She agreed, albeit hesitantly. I pressed play. But it wasn't our vows on screen. It was her and Jeremy. Hotel footage, intimate moments, her moans echoing off the walls of our living room. She gasped, then turned to me, pale. How could you? No, I cut in. How could you? Tears came then. Apologies, denials, promises. I let her speak, let her squirm in the silence between her words. When she reached for me, I stepped back. We're done, Lila. I handed her divorce papers already signed on my end. She didn't fight it. The next day, I mailed Jeremy a copy of the footage, along with a handwritten note. If you want someone who lies to the one she promised to love forever, be my guest. Weeks passed. The divorce finalized. Lila moved out, the apartment echoing in her absence. I thought I'd feel empty. Instead, I felt reborn. Revenge wasn't about hurting her. It was about reclaiming my dignity, my narrative. I wasn't the fool. I was the man who rose from betrayal, not broken, but wiser. I started therapy. Not because I was weak, but because I needed to understand how I let things rot under my nose. The sessions peeled back layers I didn't know existed, about childhood fears, insecurities, and how I clung to Lila like a lifeboat. One night, I burned the folder, the pictures, the receipts, the memories. I reduced them to ash in the fireplace. It wasn't about forgetting. It was about release. A few months later, I ran into Lila at a cafe. She looked thinner, tired. She smiled, tentatively. I nodded politely and walked past. No bitterness, no desire for closure. Just silence between strangers who once promised forever. Love is a beautiful lie until it's no longer mutual. And trust once shattered never heals the same. But I smile again now. Not the smile she once gave me, but one forged from fire,